folks, that's a true story. When you make love to an ugly girl, she'll never let you quit, because she thinks that it's the last she's ever gonna get. Always marry an ugly girl, that's the only kind. She'll never ever leave you, and she does you all fine. She'll never ever leave you, and if she does, you won't mind. And you know something? We've actually been places where people's come up and asked for that song and wanted it dedicated. That's a true. Hey, we were at a festival. I forget exactly where we were at. I think we was up in Michigan or somewhere down in that big valley, Happy Valley. That's exactly. Thank you, Harold. I don't know what we did, one for your memory. But we were at a festival. This is the truth. This fella comes walking up and he said, because we lie a whole lot, we don't want them to know that this is the truth. We were at a festival, and this is the truth. This fella come walking up asking for that song. Said, we are here, me and my wife are here on our wedding anniversary. And I want you to do that song and dedicate it to her. She asked me what I wanted to do for our wedding anniversary, and I told her I wanted to go Bluegrass Festival. So here we are. And I want you guys to do that song and send it out to her for my anniversary, okay? We did, and it worked out great for business, because about 3 weeks later we went and played at a divorce party, didn't we? Oh, mercy. We've got time for just a couple more. Our time has went by in a real big hurry, but we're going to get you another fine gospel tune going right now by request. And we appreciate y'all asking for it. Here's Dwayne to step up here and do Because He Lives. He got that on CD outside. God sent His Son. They called Him Jesus. He came to love, heal, and forgive. He lived and died we're going to tell you about old Skillet here. Well, my granny called me up. It's been a little while back and said, Mark, we've got a revival going on at church, the old time tent revival. And we want you to bring your friends and come along. Well, I called them both. I called Dwayne and Skillet, and off we went to church. Hey, don't laugh. That ain't the funny part yet. But anyway, we got there and made it all through the service, got to the end of the service there. The preacher said, now if there's anybody here tonight that needs prayer, come forward and form a line and we're going to pray. Well, we all got up and started that way. Skillet broke his neck getting to the front of that line. Well, he stepped up there behind the pulpit. The preacher asked him, he said, brother, what can we do for you? Skillet said, I need you to pray for my hearing. Preacher never said another word, but he laid a hand on each ear, prayed real big and loud and hard for a good 10 or 15 minutes. Finally, he moved his hands and he stepped back and he said, brother, have we done anything for your hearing? Skillet said, I don't know, because it don't come up until next Thursday. Wasn't long after that, we was back at church, and after the service that day, they were having a baptizing. We'll do it the right way, go down to the creek, you know. Well, Skillet, again, was the first of the line to be baptized. He's just that way, that kind of feller. But he got down there to the water and walked in. The preacher took the handkerchief, laid over his face, and dumped him under the water. And Dwayne, you can sound so much like the preacher. Would you step up here and do it for me, please?
Okay, step up here, Dwayne.
Anyway, he dumped Skillet under the water and he raised him up and said, did you find Jesus? Sounds just like him. Working on. Skillet said, no, I sure didn't. Well, preacher dunked him back under again, raised him back up and said, did you find Jesus? Skillet said, no, I sure didn't. Well, the third time the preacher dunked him under and held him till he's a bubbling this time. Raised him back up and said, did you find Jesus? Skillet said, no, are you sure this is where he fell in at? Children, we're going to quit right there because it only gets worse. We're going to do this right here for you and say goodnight until tomorrow. We'll be back at 11:20, I think our time is. We've had a